right here in Orlando. So we went to her home to get her side of the story, but there was no answer. If convicted in Florida, she could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. She could even face federal charges because they are endangered.
Well, as you probably know, the cake is a showcase piece at every wedding.
Oh, yes. And when it comes to choosing what type, some couples are saying cheese.
Cheese, right? Okay, well, from Wheels of Bride to Gouda to certain types of cheddar and blue, a new trend is wowing guests. Madison, Wisconsin, that's the cheese state, right?
It's gotta be stinky,
okay.
right?
I'm all in.
Well, they started making
cheesecake. It's not cheesecake?
It's
straight cheese.
Oh,
straight cheese,
never mind.
baby. Yep. Well, they did this a couple years ago. Now their popularity is taking off. The only downside for some cheese lovers, choose wisely. The owner says you have to be careful with soft cheeses if you're serving the cake of cheese
The sign,
outside, right?
Yes.
You don't want that to turn into like a nacho cheese, right?
Right.
Or
Yeah, it's
queso.
not cheesecake, it's a cake of cheese.
Cake
Don't
of
get
cheese,
mixed
right.
up.
I had a
Like
little
I
bit
did.
of different desserts at my wedding. We
Yeah.
had pound cake as our wedding cake, and key lime pie is the groom's cake.
I'm
love.
in on that.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
Rice
Your
Krispie
husband loves
cake.
key lime, right?
Key lime, yeah.
Perfect for Cyrus.
Key lime's good. I
yum.
love that. Justin, Rice Krispie cake?
That's what I was planning.
I don't
on.
think
Cookie
the
cake and Rice Krispie
The
cake.
future missus is not going with that, I'm sure.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh, it
You're
could
gonna
be
be-
good. Come on now.
Stopped on that one. What would you have said, Bridget? No! Not gonna happen. Well, you know, we've been talking about the full moon for some time. If you want to get out and take a peek, do it after the weather segment here. But we have a great shot coming in from Franny Mag in Palm Bay, Florida there. The full moon over Palm Bay. Franny Mag also had this shot, full moon peeking through the oak tree.
It's
That's
our
cool.
very own versions of Wheels of Cheese.
Oh, yo, I see what you did there. It took me about 2 seconds to figure that out. Look at this from Bob in Ormond Beach showing another tree and really framed well there. Creative shot. You can pin your photos. All you have to do is search WKMG in the App Store. Hey, have you heard? We are pinpointing a lot in the tropics, really getting active out there. In the open Atlantic, we do have Fiona, not going to impact land, still a tropical storm. We'll show you that track in a minute, but here's what we're really watching. What will likely be Gaston in the next couple of days has a 50% chance of tropical development within the next 5 days. And the one behind it we're going to watch as well. This in the next 5 days has a 30% chance of development, both just south of Cabo Verde, but it's out there far away. Here are the computer models. This is why we're concerned. By midweek next week, most of the models are in agreement that it goes due west and moves to the Lesser Antilles sometime as we head into the end of the week. South of Cuba, possibly, depending on where it moves after that, it could be a real concern on into the next week or the week after that. We'll be pinpointing it very closely. But here's the latest track on Tropical Storm Fiona. Wind still at 45 miles an hour. It will stay out to sea because of areas of high pressure. They're going to block it from moving into land. Now here back close to home are our temperatures. We're at 77 in Orlando, 75 in Daytona Beach, 81 in Cocoa Beach. Here's a look at the pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast brought to you by 2020 Eyeglass Superstore.
And here at home, it's all about the heat today. Rain chances are lower at 30% by 4 o'clock, feeling like 105. The actual temperature 94 by 4 o'clock. Now, rain chances pretty much out of the picture at 8 o'clock at 10%, and we're still near 80 as late as 11 o'clock. There's the clouds and rain forecast to this afternoon. The East Coast sea breeze pushes in. So does the West Coast sea breeze, but we have drier air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's why rain chances are only at 30% for 5 o'clock. Notice the green, just a few showers, and by 7 o'clock they converge a bit, but not much in the way of coverage. So if you've got some afternoon plans, things are looking pretty good. By 5 in the afternoon on Saturday, rain chances do return to a 40% coverage. Here's the way it looks for highs today. Mid-90s inland, low 90s along the coast. There's Saturday's 40% coverage of rain, then rain chances at 30% after that on Sunday. Let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center. Amy.
Thank you very much, Troy. And the roads not too bad at all. You can see here map data very nice, especially for I-4. Travelers looking great out there this morning. Anywhere around Altamont Springs, going down through Winter Park, right down to Orlando and further south. No major issues out there. 441 looks nice. 408, no major slowdowns. Live cameras, speaking of 408, not too bad at all. A live look for you out at a very quiet stretch over by Mercy Drive. And as far as your drive times go, take State Road 50 here. That is in the green, looking fantastic. Now I'll send it back to you over at the desk.
All right, AB, thank you so much. The time right now is 5:21. Still ahead, a warning for contact wearers out there.
Yeah, what a new study says is triggering serious eye injuries for Americans.
Plus, conjuring up new spells when muggles can get their hands on some new Harry Potter stuff next.
Remember, News 6 is always on clickorlando.com, your smartphone, and your tablet. Take us with you.
She's gonna. Welcome back. In this morning's Health Watch, contact lenses are designed to improve your vision, right? But if you're not careful, they can also hurt your eyes.
In fact, new research shows unsafe use is triggering serious eye injuries for Americans.
Yes, the Center for Disease Control analyzed more than 1,000 cases of contact lens-related infections over a 10-year span. Nearly 1 in 5 patients had either a scarred cornea, needed a corneal transplant, or had other types of eye damage. Common behaviors putting contact lens wearers at risk include sleeping in them and exposing them to water.
That's the key, is don't sleep in those things. Well, in your Consumer Watch this morning, J.K. Rowling is visiting the Wizarding World once again. Rowling says she'll be releasing 3 short ebooks on her digital platform, Pottermore, priced at $3 each. The books are available for pre-order now and will be published on September 6th. Just a few weeks ago, Rowling announced the script release of the play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So something to look forward to for the fans of Harry Potter out there. Well, a red-tailed hawk is getting a second chance at life thanks to one man's save.
This is great. The Wildlife Education and Rehabilitation Center posted this video on their Facebook page. According to the Bradenton Beach Refuge, the red-shouldered hawk was hit by a truck near its wildlife center. It's so sad. I hate this. The driver drove to the center for help when he realized what happened, though.
Wow, and the center's Damon Hurd was able to extract the bird, as you could see right there from that car grill. And amazingly, the hawk only had minor injuries. He
look at
stopped
him
just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. 5:26. Coming up at the bottom of the hour with we're just a few hours away from a possible departure from office. Actually, that's just the story coming up about Mayor DeBerry's mayor facing more drama.
Yeah, why the city is now calling for extra security for a meeting plus.
Improving after Pulse coming up, an update on the last survivor's health in the hospital.
But first, more fallout in Brazil. We'll have the latest on the alleged robbery investigation in Rio as 2 U.S. swimmers head home.
My car.
Live, this is News 6.
Breaking overnight, a rocket lights up the night skies over the Space Coast. What was on board that the U.S. says will keep our satellites safe in orbit?
Also breaking overnight, 2 U.S. swimmers detained in Rio now headed home. What Ryan Lochtey's neighbors here in Central Florida are saying now about the scandal at the Olympics.
Plus, extra patrols are expected again today at schools in Orange County. New details on the online threats that kept hundreds of kids out of class just a day ago. Good morning, Central Florida. I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Thanks for waking up with us on a Friday.
I'm Justin Mormouth. Troy and Amy are here as well. It's 5:30 in the morning, and everything's off to a nice start, it seems, on the roads.
Very nice start.
That's how we like
Friday.
it. I know.
Absolutely.
And on a Friday and on a weekend right here, drier rain.
Yeah.
Or drier weather, not drier rain.
That.
Rain is never
rain
dry,
chances.
but lower rain chances.
Yeah.
Come on, Brandon,
drier
let's go.
air is working in, and
Wake
that
up.
leads to lower rain chances as we head into today and tomorrow. That's going to be the good news if you're making outdoor plans. But here's the other side of that. You probably guessed it. The heat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fewer clouds,
cool
less
down.
rain. It's going to get into the mid-90s today and feel like the triple digits, at times up to 105 with the feel-like temperature. Here are those temperatures out the door right now. Near 80 in many spots. We're at 77 in Orlando, 81 in Cocoa Beach, a little less warm in Ocala at 73 degrees. Now through the day, as we take it to the school day forecast, almost said bus stop, but same thing here. We are going to give it a B because we're going to be drier and we're not going to need as much of the rain gear, although there will be a 30% chance for a few of those afternoon showers. We get up into the mid-90s in many spots, again feeling more like the triple digits. Now coming up, we're talking a lot about the tropics, some big changes on the way. But first, let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center. Amy.
Thank you, Troy. Yep, first we're just trying to get through this lovely Friday morning out there, and the roads really will be just helping you have a nice kind of early, easy start to the day. Now you can see here around Daytona Beach, just a couple brake taps, but nothing major. Everything looks good from that area right on further down, really all the way in towards Orlando. Not finding anything that's going to slow you down. Your average speeds look fantastic, as do all my live cameras. Just a couple cars out and moving. All your major roads look very similar to this. Live look outside over at 417. Lovely, lovely start, and it's a Friday. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Amy. For the second day in a row, patrols are expected to be increased at schools across Orange County.
Yeah, it's all after investigators from Orlando to Washington try to find the man behind a series of online threats.
Those threats were enough to keep nearly 1,000 students home from class yesterday. Mark Lehman's live at Liberty Middle School this morning, which saw some of the highest numbers of absent students yesterday. Mark, parents are still concerned.
Bridget, nearly 400 students were absent here at Liberty Middle School yesterday. By comparison, the same day last year, only 18 students were absent. Now, parents we talked with say they appreciate the extra patrols around campus, but they're also wondering why they weren't told about these threats much sooner. From the first bell until the last student left campus, this is what they saw at 5 Orange County schools targeted in a series of online threats.
They gave me a sense that he will be safe. He will be safe.
Some parents put at ease that their children were in good hands, but others saw the risk as too great, opting to keep their kids at home. It comes after investigators say 23-year-old Jesus Kong threatened to shoot students at Colonial High and put pipe bombs in Boone High School in Liberty Middle. The Colonial 9th Grade Center and Edgewater High School were also targeted.
We're going to plan, overplan, and we're probably going to overreact to everything that we get just to make sure that we've got all of our bases covered.
A plan that's been in the works since investigators found out about the threats more than 3 weeks earlier, but parents weren't notified until Wednesday. When asked why that information wasn't initially released, the sheriff's office said they were working behind the scenes to protect the investigation.
Certainly we have been talking to all necessary parties and having an actionable plan to deal with this. Just because people don't know, don't mean we aren't working.
And deputies say they'll continue to be working with an increased presence not only here but at other schools across the county as well. Both local and federal agencies continue to search for Kong this morning. We're being told that he has a history with law enforcement. Investigators say he also may be outside of the state of Florida. Bridget.
Mark, thanks. Breaking overnight, 2 U.S. swimmers detained by authorities in Rio are now on their way home. This new video coming in just the past couple of hours showing Gunnar Bentz and Jack Conger at the airport just one day after they were pulled off their flight.
But the fallout continues this morning after the allegations the two, along with a third swimmer and local Olympic star Ryan Lochte, made up a story about being robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah, investigators in Brazil say the story just doesn't add up. But now neighbors of the Lochte family in Daytona Beach are coming to his defense.
I know Ryan's a fine young man. He's represented our country for many years, done a really fine job swimming, all those medals and everything. So let's not throw him under the bus until we find out exactly what's happened.
Now, we went by the door of Lochte's family's home when last night no one came. It all comes after authorities in Brazil accused the swimmers yesterday of vandalizing a gas station bathroom, arguing with the security guard there, and then leaving money to try and pay for the damage. But Lochte maintains they were robbed by people with a gun who appeared to be law enforcement. Lochte was already back in the U.S. when the other swimmers were detained, but it's not known where he is staying right now. It is possible police in Rio could charge the men with falsely reporting a crime.
Also breaking overnight, if you didn't stay up late, you missed this. It's pretty cool. A Delta IV rocket lighting up the night sky over the Cape, but now that rocket is in orbit. What happens next is being kept a secret. Johnny Fernandez is live at Jetty Park this morning. And Johnny, this mission is now in what we call a media blackout.
Kirsten, it is, and that is because of the military satellites that are on board. But that did not stop people from coming to places like Jetty Park to watch the amazing view of the liftoff.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket.
Now, the Air Force is calling the launch a success after the Delta IV rocket blasted off just before 1 o'clock this morning. And on board are 2 military satellites. They're going to join 2 others already in orbit and about 22,000 miles up. And these satellites all have a unique mission. That's because they keep an eye on other American satellites that are already in orbit to keep them safe from everything from possible interference from other countries to space debris. And as for the launch, it happened a few minutes later than first planned, but that didn't stop many from enjoying the incredible sight in the skies.
It's a lot of waiting around, but when it went up, it's amazing, like best thing I've ever seen. So definitely recommend it to anyone who hasn't been.
And even though the mission coverage was blocked out before the satellites were deployed, it appears everything was going well. And of course, if we get any new updates from the Air Force, we'll go ahead and pass it along to you guys here on the Morning News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Johnny Fernandez reporting live for us. Thank you, Johnny. And it's going to be a busy day in orbit. This morning, the crew on the space station will be doing a spacewalk to install some new docking equipment. Here's some video showing that equipment being removed from a SpaceX ship earlier this week. We've sped it up so that you can see all of that work being done. It takes a long time, but the new equipment will allow ships being built by Boeing and SpaceX to carry astronauts to the station. The 6.5-hour spacewalk is set to start just after 8 o'clock.
Well, we checked with the jail overnight, and the man Orlando police say exposed himself to a middle school student remains behind bars, but he could bond out at any time. The 13-year-old victim says she was walking to Jackson Middle School on Wednesday when Bernie Maldonado exposed himself and tried to grab her. She was able to get away and get help, but the whole thing has parents raising some serious questions about safety.
Everybody needs to take care of their children. Parents need to bring their children to the school and not let them go out by themselves.
If Maldonado does get out, he isn't allowed to have contact with anyone under the age of 18.
More than 2 months after the terror in Orlando, we've learned the condition of the last survivor in the hospital has slightly improved. Orlando Health now says that patient is in guarded condition. He had been in critical condition since the June 12th shooting. The hospital isn't saying much else, but earlier this month, his mother spoke at a town hall meeting for the One Orlando Fund, saying her son would never be able to walk again.
Meanwhile, in just hours, support for Pulse victims and survivors is set to turn to Hollywood. The One Pulse Foundation is having a fundraiser tonight in Los Angeles. Organizers say it will include several big names in the entertainment industry, even a video message from President Obama. Money raised from the event will go toward building a permanent memorial for the victims at the Pulse nightclub.
Well, the time right now is 5:39. Big news this morning for all you Harry Potter fans.
We've learned a popular event at Universal is making a return next year. It's a celebration of Harry Potter coming back.
Oh yeah, Universal says the special Wizarding event will run from January 27th to the 29th of next year. This is the 4th year for the event, which includes stars from the movies and special exhibits. Universal, by the way, is already selling special vacation packages, and today would be a nice day, and this weekend would be a nice weekend to go visit the parks.
Yes.
Not as much
dry
rain.
weather, exactly.
Yeah,
but
those rain chances are down.
We're tracking something out there, right?
That is true.
What's the
won't
name?
affect us though, right, Troy?
Yeah. Well, one of them
Hopefully.
won't. We are watching for others. Others could in the coming weeks. Now, we still have a while to watch them, but we are first talking about Fiona, that tropical storm that we mentioned earlier in the week, still staying out to sea. But it's the second one with a 50% chance of development within the next 5 days that could get the name Gaston very soon. There's another system right behind that, another wave that will likely get developed, and then through Africa, more of these sort of on a train track. So we're really getting into a busy time where we're going to be watching a lot of this. Here is the latest computer model data, and notice most of these models on that second system agree that it would move to the Lesser Antilles by midweek next week, and then sometime after that south of Cuba. We'll be watching closely next week to see what that could mean. Certainly a factor for some folks in the Caribbean. Now for us, back close to home this weekend, if you are going to the beach, not a bad beach weekend. Look, the rip current risk low. Temperatures there at 92 at Daytona Beach. Water temperature at 78. Guys, coming up, we are going to pinpoint the rain for the weekend. Again, not a lot of it to talk about. That in just a few minutes.
All right, Troy, we'll see you then. Well, hackers target another major U.S. retailer.
Still to come this Friday morning, where thieves may be stealing people's personal information for months.
Plus, a wild ride caught on camera. What deputies say one man did to get away after he was caught going the wrong way on I-4.
Plus, new drama in DeBary next. The social media post that's prompting extra security just days before the city's mayor faces removal from office. Stay with us.
News live with Bridget Ellison, Justin Warmoth, Kirsten O'Connor, meteorologist Troy Bridges, and traffic with Amy Biondello. This is the News 6 Morning News, getting results.
Welcome back. There are new developments this morning when it comes to the ongoing saga involving DeBerry's mayor.
In just days, he's facing removal from office. Now we've learned extra security is being brought into that meeting.
Yeah, it's all because of a tweet, this one right here, from Mayor Clint Johnson earlier this week. He says, quote, "There will be no justice, so let there be no peace," end quote. The interim city manager says some have taken that tweet as an attempt to incite a riot. Now, Johnson has been battling the city council for months after they accused him of withholding public records and making unauthorized demands to city workers. The council is set to vote on Wednesday on whether to remove the mayor from power. We will, of course, be there and let you know what happens.
Drama on a Florida highway is caught on camera. Check out this video right here. It shows the moments after investigators say a motorcycle rider went the wrong way on I-4. Take a closer look here. Helicopter video from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office shows the whole chase play out. Now, after getting off the highway, the biker pulls into a gas station and then just dumps his ride.
All right, guys, he just ran around. He's at the side street on the west side running northbound. He's got a dark shirt on now. He's changed shirts.
Now, from here, it gets even crazier. Take a look. He eventually tries to carjack the driver of a pickup truck, but when that failed, he just took off running again until he fell to the ground. The man later told deputies he was going the wrong way on I-4 to try and find a part from his motorcycle, but he was also driving on a suspended license.
New this morning, investigators in Volusia County now say a fire at a jet ski shop was arson, and they say the owner is one of the suspects. We brought you this as breaking news last month after the inferno at the Action Jet Ski business on Sickler Road. According to the News Journal, investigators say before the fire, two men pulled up in a truck and tossed something inside, possibly a Molotov cocktail. Police told the paper they're looking at two suspects, including the owner. So far, though, there have been no arrests.
In your Consumer Watch this morning, identity thieves have targeted another high-profile business in the U.S. This time, it's Eddie Bauer. The company says hackers were able to put malware on the registers of all the company's North American stores, and representatives say anyone who used credit cards there between January and July 17th may have had their personal information compromised. The company says online purchases were not affected.
Well, you may see this one on your Facebook feed today. A single sign posted at one Arkansas school is now making headlines across the country. Check it out. So this sign reads, "If you are dropping off your son's forgotten lunch, books, or homework, turn around. Your son will learn to problem solve in your absence." The principal of the Catholic school in Little Rock says the policy is meant to teach students responsibility. And while some have blasted the strict policy online, most parents at the school say they don't mind it at all. I certainly don't mind it either.
Oh,
I know I've left some stuff before.
My mom would be mad at that.
Your mom would be?
Yeah, because my little brother used to forget his lunch all the time, and she was worried he wouldn't eat.
Maybe you should get like a couple free chances.
I guess so. Yeah, free pass, right?
Crack down.
Forget for long.
Well, a lot of us have probably played with rubber ducks, right, in the tub when we were kids.
Yes, but have you ever seen a rubber duck like this?
No.
Wow. It's the world's largest rubber ducky, traveling the country with a group of tall ships, and just yesterday made its debut in Duluth, Minnesota. The duck stands 61 feet tall. That's a lot to clean there. And weighs in at a whopping 11 tons. And she's called, what else? Mama Duck.
She can have a lot of little ones following her.
That's a great photo op.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. Reminds me of that song. Was that on Sesame Street?
Yes.
Makes bath time so much fun, right? Well, you know what? We've gotten some great photos of the moon, the full moon out there. It's really making the sky bright. Look at this. This is at Cape Canaveral. A nice reflection of the full moon over the Atlantic Ocean. The whole sky lit up from that bright moon. This is from Alan with the Storm Pins app, and then Franny Mag with a great shot, a creative shot with a tree there in the foreground. This is in Palm Bay, of course, in Brevard County. We'd love to see your shots, maybe of what you're seeing through the day. Later today, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will be showing more of your photos right here with the Storm Pins app. Search WKMG in the App Store. We are really active in the tropics now. It's really starting to fire up as we get closer to September. Of course, that's our peak month, and you can see Fiona, still a tropical storm, not impacting land at all. That's the good news. But look what's behind Fiona. This area of development, in fact, two of them just south of Cabo Verde, with a 50% chance in the next 5 days for this next one. And then after that, we have a 30% chance of development within the next 5 days. Now, it's this middle one that we're watching closely because the computer models on it do take it due west, and by midweek next week, it could be moving closer to just south of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then after that, by the end of next week on into the following weekend, it could be moving closer to Florida. So we're going to watch that one. Of course, we've got some time to look at it, but the models are in good agreement as a big area of high pressure will likely steer this thing a little bit farther to the south. Now, here's the way it looks back close to home with temperatures. Near 80 in many spots. We're at 77 in Orlando and in Leesburg, 75 in Daytona Beach. It's 81 in Cocoa Beach and 73 in Ocala. What about the rest of today? Hot. Here's a look at the Pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast brought to you by Fun Spot America.
In fact, with drier air working into the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, rain chances will be lower. Of course, that translates into more heat. We're up to 90 at noon, 94 at 4 o'clock with only a 30% coverage of rain. It will feel more like 105 at times because we have a lot of moisture at the surface, but because of the drier air elevated, rain chances will be lower. 81 the temperature at 9 o'clock tonight with only a 10% chance for rain. So rain chance is not a big factor if you're making some of those evening plans tonight. So go ahead and make those Friday night plans without the need of a big umbrella. Now, on into the day, there's the east and west coast sea breeze action by 5 o'clock, but most of it really does come to an end after 7 o'clock, that little bit that we do see. So again, tomorrow, the sea breezes come together and will increase rain chances a little bit to 40%. Mid-90s inland today, low 90s along the coast. There's that 40% chance for rain Saturday, and then 30% on Sunday. So if you're picking a weekend day, Sunday's the best, but not a washout for Saturday. Let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center. Amy.
All right, Troy, on this Friday morning, we have a very limited list of issues. Now we have, it looks like a pretty minor crash, not really causing any delays out there around the Longwood stretch of things over on I-4 westbound. It's been moved from one of the travel lanes over to the shoulder right now out by the 434 exit. So really doing fine past that. Live cameras continuing to look very, very nice. Definitely on the sleepy side here out on the beach line this morning, working around the toll plaza, but either direction, plenty of elbow room. You're doing quite well. That is the latest, still nice and early, and I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Amy. 5:52 still had a new warning this morning for anyone wearing contacts.
Ahead at 6, the mistakes many are making that experts say could be putting them at serious risk.
And next, a check of our big stories this morning, including breaking news overnight from the Cape. What's on board this Delta IV rocket as it lit up the night sky early this morning?
This is
It's 5:56. If you're about to head out, here's a check of the big stories, including breaking news overnight from the Cape. That's where Delta IV rocket successfully lifted off early this morning. The rocket's taking 2 military satellites into space.
Extra patrols are once again expected today at several Orange County schools, all after online threats prompted a warning from the sheriff's office. Hundreds of students stayed home from class yesterday because of that warning.
And closing arguments will happen in just a few hours at the trial of Noel Carter. Carter took the stand in his own defense yesterday, saying he was the victim of excessive force by Orlando police officers. He's the one facing charges, though, for battery and resisting arrest. Well, new worries this morning about the Zika virus in Florida.
Ahead at 6, we'll tell you where new locally transmitted cases have been found. And these ones are outside of the neighborhood that's been in the spotlight for weeks.
Plus, a troubling video gets the attention of wildlife workers here. What one woman was seen doing with a baby turtle that could land her in some serious trouble.
Coming now, live, getting results. You're watching News 6 at 6 a.m.
And Orange County schools are on high alert again this morning after a series of online threats. Coming up, the plan put in place to help keep students safe.
Plus, in just hours, closing arguments are expected in the trial for Noel Carter. What he told the jury about those controversial confrontations he had with Orlando police.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance.
What a sight, right? Well, the Space Coast sees its second rocket launch this week. Details on ULA's latest mission straight ahead. Good morning. It's now 6 o'clock on the dot. I'm Justin Mormon.
I'm Bridget Ellison. Thanks for waking up with us.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Troy and Amy are with us as well.
Good morning.
It's finally Friday. We can dance about it and everything. It sounds like it's pretty easy to get to work, too.
I certainly think so. We've had very minor issues, very few of them. So overall, heading out the door, I don't see any major issues for you.
time of day to be on the road.
Exactly.
Time of day, yes.
Nice and early.
It's all about the heat today, you guys. We're
Again.
talking about it even worse today. Feeling like 105, the actual high up to 94 degrees with minimal rain chances. Rain chances only at 30% today and tomorrow. So actually tomorrow we're going to bump rain chances to 40%. It's Sunday that they're back to 30%. It's because of some drier air that builds in today in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, but at the surface where we live, we still have a lot of humid air, and that's why it will feel even hotter. Now here's a live view over downtown Lake Eola. You may want to get out early if you're going to get on the Swan boats because the heat will be a big factor. It's 76 right now in downtown, and that's what it feels like. Humidity at 94%. Many other spots in the 70s, near 80, Daytona Beach 75, but it's 81 in Cocoa Beach and 77 in Melbourne. Through the day, we see a good bit of sunshine because of that drier air in the mid-levels. Only a 30% coverage of rain, mainly after 3, with an actual high of 94 degrees. Now, coming up, we'll talk about the rain for tomorrow and a lot going on in the tropics. But first, let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center.
All right, now we do have another accident. This one happened not long ago, and it looks like, again, no big delays getting past. And yes, very light volume has a lot to do with that. Over on the beach line, right over near the 417 exit, still trying to confirm the direction out there. But again, no major issues as far as delays go. So just another spot I'll be keeping a very close eye on for you this morning. Otherwise, travel just in general, including I-4, a nice start to the day out by World Drive. If you're an I-4 traveler, again, great time to do so. That's the latest, and I'll send it back to you.
Amy, thanks. Today, extra patrols will once again be on hand at some of Orange County schools after a big social media scare.
And those online threats include shootings and bombings and kept hundreds of students away from school yesterday.
5 schools were targeted, including Boone, Edgewater, and Colonial High Schools, plus Colonial 9th Grade Center and Liberty Middle. News 6's Mark Lehman joins us live from Liberty Middle School. And Mark, you learned nearly a third of the students there stayed home yesterday.
Kirsten, we saw almost 400 kids absent here at Liberty Middle School. Now, yesterday we saw a large law enforcement presence here and at the other 4 schools that were targeted. But despite that, parents we talked with say they're still nervous with the man who made those threats still on the loose.
Being a mom, you know, I was like, do I bring them to school? Do I not? It was hard.
That's the struggle many parents have been facing. The 4th day of the new school year starting off with threats against 5 Orange County schools.
Because it's a very serious threat in terms of what we saw, you know, therefore we just can't let that one go.
And that's why law enforcement was out in full force throughout the day. Investigators started looking into Jesus Kong back on July 24th. They say the 23-year-old threatened to shoot students at Colonial High School and put pipe bombs in Boone High and Liberty Middle. Colonial's 9th Grade Center and Edgewater High School were also targeted.
He told me, he said, don't worry, Mom, I'm going to be okay. So he's a strong kid.
But many saw staying at home as the safest option. The school district says more than 900 kids were absent from the 5 targeted schools. That's more than 4 times the number of absentees on the same day last year. Some parents upset they weren't told about the threats sooner.
We need to protect our children, and if we're aware, we're going to protect them. But not knowing, you know, it's ignorance.
Investigators say they're still looking for Kong, and they say he's made threats like this before and is known to travel between many states. Right now, we're going through why deputies didn't tell parents about the threats when they first learned about them. I'll tell you more about that coming up in my next report at 6:30.
Mark, thank you so much. Closing arguments are expected to happen today in the trial for the man at the center of a controversial confrontation with Orlando police. Yesterday, Noel Carter took the stand to tell his side of the story. He said the moments leading up to this video right here of him being kicked by Orlando police officers stems from a misunderstanding. Carter says he went out with his girlfriend at the time. They had several drinks, but then got into an argument before police got involved. Officers claim Carter refused to comply with their demands. Carter said he thought he was going to die, so he tried getting away, but then quickly realized that that was the wrong decision. We'll, of course, be following the story throughout the day, and we'll post any new updates once we get them on clickorlando.com.
Well, we just checked, and the man accused of exposing himself to a child and using a cell phone to take upskirt images of young girls is still behind bars this morning. 28-year-old Robert Wilkinson went before a judge for the first time yesterday. Deputies say they found disturbing images on his cell phone after a customer at the Starbucks inside the Florida Mall where he worked caught him in the act. We also found out that Wilkinson was under investigation at his other job at Cole Haan, accused of exposing himself to a 9-year-old girl. He was fired from both jobs, and in a statement, Starbucks says Wilkinson's actions are unacceptable and will continue to support local authorities in any way they can.
Breaking news overnight.
It's 6:05, continuing the trend of early morning rocket launches on the Space Coast this week. At 12:52 this morning, a Delta IV rocket blasted off from the Cape into a clear night sky. News 6's Johnny Fernandez is live at the Cape, and Johnny, mission managers say everything went well.
Richard, the Air Force is calling the rocket launch a success after it blasted off right here off of Cape Canaveral Air Force Base just before 1 o'clock this morning.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance. Delta IV rocket.
The United Launch Delta IV rocket lit up the night sky as it carried 2 military satellites into orbit. These satellites, so they're a little bit different. They're going to provide a so-called neighborhood watch in the skies about 22,000 miles up. The Air Force says that they will keep an eye on other U.S. satellites to protect them from everything from space debris to possible interference by other countries. Now, Jetty Park wasn't as packed with viewers as previous launches, but we did catch up with some rocket viewers who simply said that the experience here was unforgettable.
Oh, I highly recommend it. You do it, you'll never forget it. It went quick, but it was really exciting while it lasted.
Now, because of what these satellites are going to be doing in space, once that rocket launch this morning happened, the rest of the mission was put into a media blackout. Now, what we do know is that these satellites are going to be operating 24/7 by the Air Force Space Command. Back to you guys.
Johnny, thanks. Now to the arrest for the man police dubbed a smooth-talking con artist. He was arrested in Miami-Dade County, but investigators say he targeted people across Central Florida. Orlando police say Jonas Matier would go by the name of Johnny, claiming he was in the car flipping business. This video shows Matier walking up to an ATM. Police say he would somehow convince victims to give them their debit cards and PIN number, which he would use later to deposit stolen checks. Police say Matier is connected to at least 17 cases and is being held without bond. No word yet on whether he'll be brought back to Orange County anytime soon.
In just hours, the lawyers for the man accused of killing his wife and her 2 children will appear in a Volusia County courtroom. Luis Toledo is charged with second-degree murder in the killing of Yesenia Suarez and her 2 children in 2013. Their bodies have never been found. Today's hearing comes as Toledo's lawyers sought more time for issues over the death penalty. Toledo was supposed to go on trial in January, but the Florida Supreme Court's ruling put death penalty cases on hold statewide.
Well, this morning, a big thank you goes out to you, our viewers.
This is so great. You helped us get results for thousands of children across Central Florida.
It was a big day yesterday. We went above and beyond the goal set for the back-to-school telethon, raising $21,000. And for every dollar given, a gift for teaching can turn it into $20 worth of school supplies, thanks to their matching partners. And that means they'll be able to buy $420,000 in supplies for Central Florida students in need. So this is a big cause for celebration this morning.
More than 200,000 students in Central Florida are in need of school supplies. School has already started, so very much appreciated to everyone out there.
And they need to fill up their Pencil Boy Express truck and send out all those supplies. It's going to be great, Troy.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? To be able to send out the supplies, to pass them out, all the kids. You know, I always love the crayons, the big one.
Oh, yeah.
The 64 crayons?
64 pack, of course.
That was always fun. Well, you know what? We are watching the tropics. In fact, really getting active now. Fiona staying out to sea, but still a tropical storm. We're watching this next system that will likely get the name Gaston in the coming days. It has a 50% chance of tropical development officially from the Hurricane Center within the next 5 days, and then there's another system behind it. But let's show you the models here on that middle system. Again, by midweek, likely to move somewhere just south of San Juan, Puerto Rico, or there along the Lesser Antilles. Some models have it turning north before then, but many of them agree that it will move due west. So sometime midweek and the end of next week, it's something we're going to watch very closely. Back close to home, it's all about the heat today. 94 by 4 o'clock at the bus stop, so dress comfortably. Rain chances at 30%. Let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center. Amy?
All right, Troy, thank you very much. I-4 up and moving this morning, looking very nice out there. As you make your way along I-4, not a whole lot going on. They went to check out some earlier accidents and did not find anything still remaining, so that is very good news. Some of the newer ones not causing any issues whatsoever for you. Here's a live look outside at 95 as well. Out by 192, looking nice and clear and quiet there. That is the latest on the traffic front, and I'll send it back to you.
Amy, thanks. Still ahead this morning, Zika cases are on the rise in Florida.
What one city is doing after new reports of mosquitoes transmitting the virus, that's just ahead. But first, as Louisiana continues cleaning up after historic flooding, see which presidential candidate is planning a visit today to the flood-ravaged areas. That's next. You're watching News 6, getting results for Paisley, Palm Bay, and all of Central Florida on the air and on the News 6 app.
Storm Pins is sponsored by Parliament Roofing. Central Florida live with Bridget Ellison, Justin Warmoth, Kirsten O'Connor, meteorologist Troy Bridges, and traffic with Amy Biondello. This is the News 6 Morning News, getting results.
It's 6:14 in Louisiana. Parts of the state have begun the long, difficult process of cleaning up after devastating flooding.
And Justin, this comes as the state prepares for a visit from Donald Trump.
Absolutely, Kirsten. Trump's campaign is still hammering out the details, they say, but he and his running mate Mike Pence are expected to visit some of the damaged areas later today. Now, some 40,000 homes have been damaged by high water, and at least 13 people have died. In a North Carolina rally yesterday, Trump spoke about the devastation there, calling the state, quote, very special to him.
We are one nation. When one state hurts, we all hurt. And we must all work together to lift each other up.
Meantime, at the same rally, Trump said he regrets some of the things he said recently. However, the Republican nominee did not say which of his numerous controversial statements he was referring to.
We're learning some new information this morning about a deadly helicopter crash in an Orange County neighborhood that happened last year. The Orlando Sentinel reports the College Park crash was caused by a bolt that came loose. An NTSB investigation also found that that missing bolt caused the pilot to lose control before crashing into trees, power lines, and a house. The pilot, along with 2 other people on board, were killed in the crash.
This morning, there are new concerns about the Zika virus as 2 new non-travel related cases have turned up in Miami Beach. The Miami Herald reports a new Zika transmission has been identified in Miami Beach, and officials will detail a new transmission zone within the city. Miami Beach's mayor says that at the moment, the 2 cases remain unconfirmed.
There is no epidemic, there's no outbreak of Zika on Miami Beach. So at this point right now, we're doing everything we can to make sure.
To keep up with Zika and see county by county lists of cases, head over to clickorlando.com, powered by News 6.
Florida Fish and Wildlife is working to get results this morning after video surfaced showing a woman shining a light and holding a turtle hatchling. All this next to a sign warning for criminal action for touching them. Now, according to the video right here, it was shot in Longboat Key, that's near Sarasota. The name in the corner of this Snapchat video is Stephanie Rushing. We checked social media and found a woman with the same name and who looks just like the woman in that video living right here in Orlando. So we went by her home to get her side of the story, but there was no answer. Now, if convicted in Florida, she could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. She could even face federal charges because they are endangered. Well, a red-tailed hawk is getting a second chance at life thanks to one man's save.
Yeah, a little more positive animal story here. The Wildlife Education and Rehabilitation Center posted this video on their Facebook page. According to the Bradenton Beach Refuge, the red-shouldered hawk was hit by a truck near its wildlife center. But the driver drove to the center for help when he realized what happened.
And the center's Damon Hurd was able to extract the bird from the grill, you could see there. And amazingly, this hawk only had minor injuries. That's the good news.
I cannot believe
that. And when he pulls it out, you can see it flap its wings again.
Unbelievable.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, because
Thanks, man.
That probably has ended the other way before. I know I've unfortunately hit a bird when I was driving, and it's just
thanks for bringing
nothing
us
you can
down.
do. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but there's nothing you can do, really. You know, it's like they're going to fly right there. There's no swerving out of the way for a bird. But
a lot. You see them coming by, you got to watch out.
It's good to see.
You know, we have more animals to talk about. You know, you guys were earlier just talking about the sea turtles. You know, they have a rough time getting out to sea, especially the little ones. Here's a bigger one that's already made it, but enjoying some cooler water there at New Smyrna Beach. This is from our friend Yellowtail Shell. Say that 3 times.
No.
It's hard. I had to concentrate. And he says he just wanted to cool off a bit. Yeah, especially today, because it's going to get hot. We're getting into the mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits. Lots of great moon shots, too. The full moon out and about. If you want to take some shots and pin them with the Storm Pins app, we'd love to see them. All you do is search WKMG in the App Store. Search News 6 Storm Pins. We are pinpointing the tropics, getting really active right now. In fact, you can see they're lined up, each of these systems, even more out over Africa that will eventually move into the ocean water. So we're going to see more of this action in the coming weeks and likely see more names. In fact, here's the one we're really watching, this one in the middle. The Hurricane Center giving it a 50% chance of further development within the next 5 days. It could get the name Gaston in the next couple of days. Fiona staying out to sea. Not concerned with that. And then behind that middle system, another one with a 30% chance of development within the next 5 days. So we've got a couple to watch, but the one we're watching closely now is that one in the middle that will likely, with the computer model data here, move to the Lesser Antilles by midweek next week. After that, it could move closer to Cuba. And we'll be seeing in the following weekend before that, if it impacts Florida at all in the coming days. So certainly something to watch. Back close to home, though, for now, we're looking good, and we have a good weekend in store. We're at 76 in Orlando, 75 in Daytona Beach, 81 right now in Cocoa Beach. Here's a look at the Pinpoint Accurate Forecast.
Your forecast brought to you by Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning.
And today it's all about the heat. Drier air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere means lower rain chances at 30%. That's all we're going to do for a rain chance after 3 o'clock today on through 4, 5, 6. 94 will be the high, with a feel-like temperature of 105. Now, rain chances are only at 10% from 8 through 11 o'clock tonight. Temperature still near 80 late tonight. So if you're making evening plans, looking good, but warm and muggy. There's the clouds and rain forecast. We've got a lot of moisture at the surface, but again, drier air in the mid and upper levels, and that's why rain chances are low. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, the green indicating a few showers in some of our northern zones. By 8 o'clock, most of that is over with altogether, the little bit that we see. On into Saturday, rain chances a little higher at 40% with more sea breeze action into the afternoon hours. Mid-90s inland today, 94 in Leesburg, as well as Orlando, 95 in Kissimmee, 93 in Ocala. Along the coast, the low 90s were at 92 in Daytona Beach. There's the weekend in red. It's not going to be a washout tomorrow, but we will increase rain chances to 40%, a 30% chance on Sunday. Let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center. Amy, on a Friday, we don't need any issues.
Oh, I agree. Nice, quiet Friday would be fantastic so far. That's kind of what we're dealing with. Everything looks very, very nice. I-4, no major slowdowns westbound or eastbound so far. Yes, it is still early. That's why volume looks just like this, and those drive times look so nice because we have limited cars out there. This happens to be 408 out by Mercy Drive. Now checking back in on this accident, it's westbound over on the beach line by 417, but no delays. That's the latest, and we are looking good. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Amy. The time right now, 6:21 on your Friday morning. A warning for contact wearers.
Yeah, what a new study says is triggering serious eye injuries for many Americans.
And to conjure up a new spell when muggles can get their hands on some new Harry Potter merchandise. Up next.
If anybody Welcome back in your morning health watch. Contact lenses are designed to improve your vision, right? But if you're not careful, they can also hurt your eyes.
In fact, new research shows unsafe use of contacts is triggering serious eye injuries for Americans.
Yes, this is serious stuff here. The Center for Disease Control analyzed more than 1,000 cases of contact lens-related infections over a 10-year span. And nearly 1 in 5 patients had either a scarred cornea, needed corneal transplants, or had other types of eye damage. Common behaviors that put contact lens wearers at risk include sleeping in lenses and exposing them in water.
In your Consumer Watch this morning, J.K. Rowling is visiting the Wizarding World once again. Rowling says she'll be releasing 3 short ebooks on her digital platform, Pottermore, priced at $3 each. The books are available for pre-order now and will be published on September 6th. Just a few weeks ago, Rowling announced the script release of the play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which of course is very popular.
Oh yeah, some people have already finished that. They finished it in one night.
That's normally how the Harry Potter fans, they finish them very quickly. And I know this weekend, probably not the best to stay inside and read, Troy Bridges.
No, you want to go to the beach and read.
There you go. There we go.
Have an umbrella, though, because the sunshine's going to be bright. We're not going to see much rain along the coast as we head into today or tomorrow. Most of the rain tomorrow will be inland. Here's a live view right now at Daytona Beach as we're beginning to see the sun rise. A great start with lots of sun. We're at 75 right now from that vantage point. Here is the forecast at Daytona Beach through the day. Now, we will have a moderate rip current risk tomorrow. Today, still a slight risk. So looking good today, but we're going to begin to see more issues there with the rip currents. So check with lifeguards or swim near them if you are going to do some swimming. But sitting on the beach looking great. Lots of sunshine. 92 will be the high. The water temperature 78 degrees. Now coming up, we're going to pinpoint rain for the weekend. A little higher tomorrow than today. Today's chance only 30%. Guys, back to you.
Troy, thanks. 6:26 now. As his possible departure looms, DeBerry's mayor faces more drama.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, why the city is now calling in extra security for a meeting.
Plus, improving after Pulse. Coming up, an update on the last survivor's health in the hospital.
But first, more fallout in Brazil. We'll have the latest on the alleged robbery investigation happening in Rio as 2 U.S. swimmers head home.
You're watching News 6, getting results for Malabar, Geneva, and all of Central Florida on the air and on the News 6 app. And if you haven't seen this yet, take a look at the sunrise. Wow.
Today's live. This is News 6.
Breaking overnight, a rocket lights up the night skies over the Space Coast. What was on board that the U.S. says will now keep our satellites safe in orbit.
Also breaking overnight, 2 U.S. swimmers detained in Rio, now headed home. What Ryan Lochte's neighbors here in Central Florida are saying now about the scandal at the Olympics.
Plus, extra patrols are expected again today at schools in Orange County. New details on the online threats that kept hundreds of students out of class just a day ago. Good morning, Central Florida. It's Friday, 6:30 for you. I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We are happy you're waking up with us.
Justin Moore, Troy, and Amy are here as well. Friday, I guess is what we're calling it. Is it a Friday on the roads?
I'm going to have to say yes. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm guessing it's a good thing.
There you go. It's a Friday. There, Troy's got it. And a Friday as far as our weekend forecast.
Not bad. Not bad today. It's going to be hot. Now, that's going to be the issue. Mid-90s, feeling more like 105. I know that's brutal, right? But we're not going to be dealing with a whole bunch of rain. Look at this shot. If you're not near your TV, maybe you're brushing your teeth right now, come look at it. Wow. It's looking good.
It is just such a way to wake up.
Here's why it looks like this. We have drier air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. That's why it is clear at the top of the screen. The bottom of the screen has a little bit of moisture in it. We can see that with a little bit of haze out there. That's because the surface where we live is humid, and it's going to feel a lot hotter because of that. The atmosphere is made up of layers. You just have to look at it like a layer cake almost, and there are different conditions in each layer, and drier air in the upper levels leads to lower rain chances. That's the good news. We're at 76 right now in downtown Orlando with calm winds. You can see we're at 81 in Cocoa Beach, 75 in Daytona Beach, and 73 in Ocala. Here's the school day forecast. Giving it a B today because of lower rain chances at 30%, a high of 94, feeling like 105. Let's check on the roads and head on over to Amy Biondello in the Napleton Traffic Center. Amy.
Well, thank you, Troy. Everything moving nice and clear out there. You can see here 414 out by Keene Road. No major slowdowns. Volume is not the problem. It's very, very light this morning. Accidents haven't really been much of an issue either. We have Sky 6 up and moving along I-4 traveling westbound over by 535. Not a whole lot showing up there. Little uptick in volume, but so far so good. You're right at the speed limit. Drive times over on 95 looking great. That's the latest. We'll go back to you at the desk.
Amy, thank you so much. For the second day in a row, patrols are expected to be increased at schools across Orange County.
It's all after investigators from Orlando to Washington try to find the man behind a series of online threats.
And those threats were enough to keep nearly 1,000 students home from class yesterday. Our Mark Lehman is live at Liberty Middle this morning, which saw some of the highest numbers of absent students yesterday. Mark, parents are still concerned.
Bridget, nearly 400 students were absent here at Liberty Middle School yesterday. By comparison, on the same day last year, only 18 were absent. Now, parents who did bring their kids to school say they appreciated the extra patrols around campus, but they're also wondering why they weren't told about these threats much sooner. From the first bell until the last student left campus, this is what they saw at 5 Orange County schools targeted in a series of online threats.
They gave me a sense that he will be safe. he would be safe.
Some parents put at ease that their children were in good hands, but others saw the risk as too great, opting to keep their kids at home. It comes after investigators say 23-year-old Jesus Kong threatened to shoot students at Colonial High and put pipe bombs in Boone High School in Liberty Middle. The Colonial 9th Grade Center and Edgewater High School were also targeted.
We're going to plan, overplan, and we're probably going to overreact to everything that we get just to make sure that we've got all of our bases covered.
A plan that's been in the works since investigators found out about the threats more than 3 weeks earlier, but parents weren't notified until Wednesday, when